You know, today's a very special day, not only because it's Wednesday and we love Wednesdays, but because it's a very special edition of Maya's latest news to keep us in the groove. Maya, how are you this morning?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing really well, thanks. But why are you doing good today? Tell me.
Because Trevor Tordjman is calling in.
We got Trevor hanging out with us. That is awesome.
Hey.
Trevor, good to see you, my friend. All right, Maya.
What's up, you guys? How you doing, Maya?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Just hanging out, just doing the best I can in a time like this.
Yeah. So my first question for you is, who or what inspired you to become an actor?
I would have to say mother. She runs a dance studio, and I grew up dancing at the studio, and she was always so supportive and encouraging of my performance and how I was performing. That's how I got into acting. It started with dance. I loved, comedic type dancing and performing to large audiences, and then that kind of started to get me onto camera and stuff, which led into acting. So I would have to say that initial inspiration was my mom.
Oh, cool. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so you've guest starred and have had recurring roles in different shows. Have you had a favorite project or character you've played?
That's a great question. I would say, as of now, my favorite character is Bucky from Zombies. I think, as you know, he's just such a lunatic and he's so much fun to play because he's so extra and you can, playing that role, I can make any choice and it can work. So he's been so much fun to play. I would have to say Bucky is my favorite character. But I did a show before that called The Next Step, and that one was life-changing. So that was I made family with the cast on that show. So that one is a very close second for overall projects.
Oh, cool. Um, so yeah, you played Bucky in Zombies and Zombies 2, and I love those movies and the music. What was the
Yes.
best thing about being a part of those movies?
There's so many great things about being a part of the movie. I mean, the cast for one thing, they're all so cool. They've become like my family now, like Meg and Milo and Ariel, all of them. But I've just really been enjoying being a part of a musical. Being a dancer, I get to integrate that into the scenes, and the music is so great. Like it's so cool to get to record music as well for a movie. I hope to be in more musicals after this.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I'm
When
super
the
happy that you're a fan. I thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting.
Yeah, yeah, when the first movie premiered, I remember we had like a watch party. I invited like some friends over and we all just watched the
Yeah.
movie. And I remember they graduated that year. And so then after that, it was a couple months that I really, to be honest, I couldn't like watch the movie or listen to the music without crying because I missed them.
Oh, that's sweet. That's so sweet. Well, that's so cool. I'm so happy you had a watch party. We love to see that kind of thing. Like when we're online, we see people watching it with their friends and stuff. That's so special to us. Like that's why we do it. You know what I mean? Like when we're on set, we're like, wow, I can't wait for this just to be released into the world. Um, so thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have a favorite song from either of the movies?
Ooh, great question. I love My Year. It brings me back just to the beginning of the whole thing. But I also love Someday.
Yeah.
Like me and my girlfriend will be driving and we'll like be singing Someday. Like we'll just let it play and sing it. It's got to be one of those two. But I also love I'm Winning from the second
Oh,
movie just because
yeah.
it's like a rap. It has
Yeah.
like a little bit of a Hamilton flow. which was so cool. I love hip hop music, so that was really cool too.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So how did your relationship with Disney come about?
It started with zombies. That was the first official Disney project that I worked on. I was on a network before Disney um, that worked very closely with Disney. So I kind of got the same energy from that network, and I learned how to be in, children's type shows and stuff, which definitely helped. But Zombies was the beginning of my relationship with Disney. And now I'm so happy to be working with them. I've always been a fan of Disney. Like I said before, I love musicals. And as you know, Disney has the best musicals. And it's always so fun to go to the parks. So, yeah,
Oh, cool. Um, so what song always makes you get up and dance?
just in general or from
Yeah,
Zombies?
just in general.
Oh, you got good questions, man. The songs are always hard for me to pick, but I feel like it's got to be Bruno Mars. If we're talking about dancing, it's one of his latest tracks. Like that's what I like. You know what I mean? Got a
Yeah.
condo in Manhattan. Girl, what's happening? I love that. I love that track.
Oh, cool. So just this summer, you started hosting the Disney Channel show Fam Jam. Um,
Yep.
so are you enjoying being a host?
Being a host is so much fun. I love hosting stuff because you just get to be yourself and you get to. My favorite thing about Fam Jam is connecting with all the different families. We would do 4 episodes in a weekend. So I would meet 4 different families. And just to be a small part of their journey was so special because they're all, overcoming big obstacles in their lives and they're coming together as a family to do a performance. So it's nerve wracking, but exciting. So that was really fun to be a part of. And hosting alongside RAL has been great. We've become such good friends from it. And Phil Wright as well, the choreographer and the creator. It's been really fun working with them.
Oh, cool. Are there different challenges in hosting a show?
Definitely. So Fam Jam is filmed like live to camera. So we don't have several takes of each thing. It's kind of like you do it once, maybe twice, and then we're moving on. So that produces a much different energy, right? It's more of a live performance for an actual audience than a movie is. So that brings about different challenges. It requires a different kind of energy, and you got to be sharp. You got to be really with the script. So that, the first time I did it, I was like, whoa, all right, I got to get ready. It took me a second to get into that energy. So yeah, but it was fun all around.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you're the co-creator and producer for the show What's Up North. What inspired you
Yes.
to create this show?
So my overall goal as a performer was to be a part of projects from the inception of the idea to when they, go into production. So What's Up North was my first step in that direction of actually creating a show myself. So that was a big inspiration, simply just a personal goal of mine. But beyond that, I wanted to create something that could actually contribute to making some sort of positive change. So every episode of What's Up North focuses on a different world or societal issue. Like our pilot episode is about plastic pollution, and um, the guy I created with Brett, him and I wanted to make sure that as entertaining as possible, we're also educating and learning ourselves about how we can better the planet and just become better people. So that was a big inspiration for What's Up North.
Oh, I love that. Um, so have you discovered any new hobbies or talents during quarantine?
Yeah, I realized how I love to eat. That hasn't changed. And with that has come a bit of cooking. I really enjoy cooking stuff. Like now I'll devote like a evening to like cooking something that takes a long time, and I'm not saying it's good every time, but I'm learning, I've also been trying to write a little bit. It's very hard. I'm still at such early stages of it, but that is definitely something I am enjoying and trying to hone a little bit.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I know I've been writing a lot during quarantine, like a lot of songs and stuff, because I just love
Nice.
that's like, yeah, my friends were, two of my friends were telling me how they like are just journaling, and I was like, I can't do that. I don't know why. I just can't do that. I can I like putting it into song form. Like that's the way I know how to do it.
That is so cool. So do you sing?
Thank you. No.
No, that's so cool. You're a songwriter. I was gonna say I love your hat, so that makes sense now.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you. So what would be your dream show to guest star on?
Wow, what a great question. Um,
Thank you.
I love like any show in general, like even if it's not on air anymore or something that's on air now.
Um, I don't know. People
Here, I'll
always
give you both. I'll give you both.
okay, yeah.
I feel like if it was any show in the world, it sounds cliche, but it'd have to be Friends. You know the show
Yeah.
Friends?
That's one of my
I'm
favorite
just such a
shows.
right, like come on, it's I'm such a fan of those guys, and like just to work with them, like their energy is always so great. And that would be so cool. That's like a dream, you know.
Yeah.
If it was a show that's currently on the air, that's a great question. I would love to try like Whose Line Is It Anyway? Have you heard of that show?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like an
I,
improv comedy show.
yeah. I was gonna say I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, but
It's really funny. They're so incredible at what they do, and honestly, I don't even think I would be able to keep up, but it would just be fun to give it a shot.
oh, cool. Um, so is there somebody that you hope to work with in the future?
Oh yeah, tons of people. I want to work with Seth Rogen. I'm a huge fan of him and Evan Goldberg and the movies they create. I want to work with Judd Apatow, who's just like a comedic genius. I'm a huge fan of Will Smith. I've always been a huge fan of Will Smith. So working with him would be a dream. Yeah, I could keep naming people, so I'll just stop there.
um, so do you ever get anxiety before auditions?
Absolutely. Auditioning is a very nerve-wracking thing because it's really just you performing in front of people in a room. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that is nerve-wracking. And when you go on set, you actually get to create that scene. You get to work with other actors that are also in character. You get to be on location in a set. It's easier to get there when you have all those things. But when you're auditioning and it's just you against a white wall, it's like, all right, this is all me, which is definitely nerve wracking. But, when I'm experiencing that anxiety, I try to remind myself that it's just because I care, which is a good thing. So I just, I try to learn how to just work with it.
Cool. So what do you do to calm those nerves?
I like to just take a moment to myself and think it through, breathe, drink some water, Yeah, I would say also just rehearsing, like being on top of the material that you're auditioning with or what you're about to perform, like just making sure that you're comfortable with it, that you've thought it through. So I like to, make sure I'm on top of it. I like to eat, as I've mentioned before.
um, so what movie could you watch a million times?
Oh, good question. Home Alone.
Oh.
Every holiday season, I watch Home Alone. I don't know. I just love it. Also, School of Rock. Seen it a million times.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that
Love that
movie.
movie.
Yeah.
It's so good. Jack Black is another one. Working with Jack Black would be insane. Like he's a genius. So funny.
Yeah. So what topic could you give a TED Talk on?
Ooh. I feel like dance. I've danced my entire life since I was 4. I could probably talk about dance for an hour. Food, Middle Eastern cuisine. Yeah, I would love. I'm trying to learn as much as possible about comedy right now. So I don't think I could do a TED Talk on it right now, but I think I would like to. You know what I mean? I would like to get to the point where I could. Yeah. What about you? Songwriting?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't know. I love I love just like anything to do with pop culture, and like I feel like I could just talk about that like all the time, and I
Nice.
annoy my family a lot because that's usually what I talk about. And usually it has nothing to do with what the conversation was. So they just look at me and they're like, we weren't talking about that. Like, how did you think of that?
That's hilarious. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Maybe you could do like a live panel. You could have guests on in your TED Talk, You could do a panel.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero and why?
Oh, wow. That is such an incredible question. A real life superhero. I want to answer this right. That's a great question. I mean, I want to say my mother just because I love her so much and I put her through the ringer and I watched her follow her dreams and make a living out of it, which I know is extremely difficult as a dancer. So the fact that she did it is what inspires me a lot through what I do. So, I mean, I would say that she's a superhero of mine. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I'm
I
a
love
mama's
that.
boy.
Yeah, my mom and my sister are my superheroes because they're just always there for me, and my sister is my best friend. So
That's incredible. Family is the best.
yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I had so much fun talking to you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. And thank you for all the amazing questions. It was really nice meeting you.
You too.
Awesome, Trevor. Thanks for your time. We hope we get to talk to you again. Continue good luck, my friend.
Thank you very much. Take it easy, you guys.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.